Hey everybody, this is Mr. Berg checking in today from the Oakville High School greenhouse, and I came in today just to see if I needed to water or anything. Right now everything looks pretty good, so I was just going to give an update and what's going on in our greenhouse. This is my first time Facebook Live, so we'll see how this goes, and hopefully I can provide some other updates in the next few days and weeks possibly on what we're doing. And hopefully at some point we'll be able to still have our spring plant sale as usual. So I'll just walk around and show you a few things in our greenhouse, and if you got any questions, feel free to comment and we can answer those, and hopefully it'll be an educational thing, not only for our students but maybe for everyone. So this is our greenhouse. We've been in here now about 4 years, I think. So it's a 24 by 48 greenhouse. And we just got our plants for the spring plant sale about 3 weeks ago. So it's pretty full right now, a lot of different stuff in here. We also keep some different plants throughout the year for dividing and doing different things in class, and also to sell some of those things too. So, as we go around, got a lot of different stuff in here, some larger plants too, so it's not all just little things. We got some varieties of cactus that some people have donated over the years. We also have a bunch of these ferns that First National Bank in Oakville actually lets us keep over the winter. We divide those, and then we use what we can, and then we give those back to them to put in their drive-through during the summer months. Over here, the blue barrels is actually an aquaponics system, or fish tanks really right now. So we got a few goldfish in there, and at least one algae eater, but of course he doesn't come up to the top very often. So I just fed the fish. I've seen him come up a few times to eat some goldfish we've had in there now for about 3 years. So getting some more cactus, some other ferns and plants that we've divided. The big tree looking things in the back are actually banana trees. Mr. Senior gave us a couple years ago, and now we're starting to get some offshoots. So we had just divided those out here in the last couple weeks and put them in the greenhouse, and hopefully those will be for sale also at our spring plant sale. Going down the line here, we got a bunch of baskets and stuff out. Here's some of our petunias. So end of last week we actually went through and pinched off a bunch of the flower buds to hopefully allow the plants to branch out a little bit more, to bush out, and I'll have to do that again here sometime soon. As you can see, they're already starting to flower, so they've grown a lot here in the last 2 weeks. The white stuff here is Dusty Miller, so it's a foliage plant, doesn't really flower. People use it as an accent to add some different color in with other plants and arrangements and planting boxes and bedding and stuff like that. New this year, we haven't had geraniums before, but we do have geraniums this year. They are doing really well, so I'm happy with that. I didn't get a whole lot this year, but hopefully in the future we can add some more of those different colors. This year we just got regular red zonal geraniums. So on this side, we've got some other geraniums that I picked up last year, and we can do some cuttings on those as well as some of our mixed baskets here with some petunias and marigolds mixed in there. I think these were the what I call Mardi Gras baskets. So they've got purple and gold and of course green. Then some more marigolds here. So you can see they're doing really well. Starting to bush out a little bit so that we can sell those later on. Some other mixed baskets with some of those Dusty Miller in there, marigolds. More petunias on this side, and celosia, which is a pretty unique flower, good for butterflies and things. Down here, another kind of foliage plant, coleus. This one's called Kong, or King Kong coleus. So it has really big leaves, and you can see a lot of people use that also. It provides some variety in their plantings, mix in with different flowers, especially some, reds and purples and things. A couple other mixed baskets there with celosia and coleus in there. Some of the other, these are also coleus back here in the back, and you can see some of the different varieties. I picked those up at Walmart last year on clearance. So we've been doing some cuttings of those too in class, because coleus takes off really well. It roots easily, so it's a good one for students to get some experience with doing some cuttings there. Here's some of our purple petunias. These are wave petunias, so they're a little bit more expensive, but they really bush out, branch out, cascade over the sides of the baskets, so a lot of people like those to use. Some more ferns we've done cuttings, and of course up top here we've got a lot of baskets hanging too, just because we needed that extra room in the greenhouse. On this end we've got our 2 hydroponic towers. So of course here we've got spinach, so at some point I may have some fresh spinach available if anyone wants some, as well as lettuce. So our greenhouse classes, that's one of their jobs, is to maintain that, and I know they've eaten quite a bit of spinach and greens just in class, because usually they pick what needs picked and then they eat it right away. So without them here, we'll need to make sure that doesn't go to waste. Here's some of those coleus cuttings that we took. So we got a few in here and some other plants. Then again on this wall, more petunias. Again, some other baskets going down the line. So we can see some of those ferns that we divided out actually last fall. So they're starting to grow out, new growth here and everything. Those new fern fronds coming up out of the soil will continue to grow through the summer. On this side we've got snapdragons. So these are just a mix of different colors, pink, purple, white, so just a variety, yellow. They really bush out and they last pretty much all summer long. The butterflies and bees like those too, so really good for pollinators. On this side we've got our moss rose, or portulaca, another one that provides a lot of flowers, is kind of drought resistant, so it's a little bit more kind of succulent in that it doesn't dry out as fast, which is good during the summer months, and continues to bloom pretty much all year. Next we got our vinca. This is a big seller for us, so a lot of people like the vincas. They do really well too, and I always get people commenting on that, how good those are, and they're better than the store and everything like that. More petunias, so you see a red one back there coming out. These were actually a mixed basket. You can see there's some yellow ones coming right behind, so it's a mixture of red, and the yellow is more of a kind of white cream color, so they look really good together. Again, more petunias. Here we've got some impatiens, so they're a little bit slower. They like some more heat, so once it warms up a little bit, they'll really take off and bush out. They're another one that does really well during the summer, and will fill up that whole basket. And on this side we got some other ones. Some of these are my plants from home, so I just bring them here in the winter and then I'll take them back home and put them on my deck. So we have a corn plant back there. There's a croton. This is a sago palm, so it likes it. Last year it sent up these new fronds, so I'm hoping it'll continue growing up. Some of those kind of tropical plants. So again, back here we've got a couple more banana trees. Our big banana tree, so that's the one Mr. Senior brought us a couple years ago. So it's already pretty much about 6 foot tall. It continues to grow, and it'll send off its new shoots here. This one has one also, so that's a new banana tree there that eventually will be able to split out and hopefully sell that or reproduce more from. We've also got a bunch of different succulents. So this jade plant, I'll show you our original jade plants back here that we always take cuttings on. So these are two different plants right here, and you can see they're pretty big, but they're really good for providing cuttings because it's another succulent that grows pretty fast, will root, and we can divide things off that. And under the benches we have a lot of those other plants that we divide throughout the year and then can sell those. So we got caladium, asparagus fern, spider plants, of course. This is actually a pineapple. It looks like it needs some fertilizer because it's kind of turning yellow, so I'll need to add that in there. Of course, we got a lot of snake plant or mother-in-law's tongue all along the back. They really grow fast. Oh, and here's two more of my plants, these amaryllis. And you can see they're just getting ready to flower here this spring. So they're doing really well in here, and they like it in the greenhouse, of course. So again, hopefully that was educational. I see, we got some comments already, so I'll try to answer those throughout the day. Right now it doesn't look like anything needs watered. I was worried after yesterday we had a little bit of sunshine, so it doesn't take too long to dry out in here, but today looks good. So depending on the weather here, it's supposed to rain the next couple days. We'll see what happens, and I'll water as needed. One problem, you don't want to water too much or you start getting problems with mold and fungus and stuff and disease. Right now everything looks pretty healthy, so hopefully we can keep it that way. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.